Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Anmoll Astrology channel. I hope you guys are doing great. So this video is going to be about the Bhrigu Bindu or the destiny point, right? I just recently uploaded a blog on my website where I mentioned how the Bhrigu Bindu, how through Bhrigu Bindu you are basically going to analyze what type of career you are going to have, right? So I have made a previous video on Bhrigu Bindu. I'm going to attach that particular video towards the very end of this video, right? Now, just you need to understand is that this Bhrigu Bindu position is not just what you need enough so as to, point it out that which direction you should go in. Okay, it's just that through the house placement of Bhrigu Bindu, since most of you have this question that if my Bhrigu Bindu is in this house, if it is in this nakshatra, then what results it is going to give, right? So that's why I thought that first I should go through the houses for Bhrigu Bindu, and afterwards I'm going to post a similar post on my website as a blog on Bhrigu Bindu through the nakshatras, and we'll make a similar video for that also. Okay, but first, just with the placement, you'll have a basic overview that what your destiny wants from you. When you will go and watch that Bhrigu Bindu video where you can know about your destined career, you'll understand that how there are certain steps through which you can find out your career. It's the second house placement, 10th house placement, sixth house placement through the chart. And then it's about the Bhrigu Bindu placement, then Bhrigu Bindu Nakshatra placement, then Bhrigu Bindu Lord, and its nakshatra placement. So there are a lot many things, okay? But this is going to be one, you can say snapshot technique, that it is just going to tell you that this area is where your destiny belongs. Okay, so it is actually about giving you a lot clarity about it, right? And the video also had the the analysis through Atma Karka and Amatya Karka. So that's why you can go in this sequence. First, you refer to the second and 10th lords, then you refer to the Atma Karka and Amatya Karka, and lastly, you refer to Bhrigu Bindu Lord and its nakshatra and Lord placement. So as to get the deeper effect, it's like you're starting from a wide horizon and then you're funneling down towards a one direct and confirming point, which is Bhrigu Bindu. Okay, so I'll just quickly share my screen. Okay. So this is the website, and what is Bhrigu Bindu? And Bhrigu Bindu in different houses. In many softwares like Parashar Light, it is also referred to as BP, Bhrigu Point, right? So now Bhrigu Bindu or BB or BP, Bhrigu Point, is referred to a point of destiny in one's natal chart, right? I told you it's the point of destiny. What destiny has basically for you, so as to one thing that you're going to follow as your career, right? It is the point which tells us what we are going to do ultimately in life. One might be doing something else as a part of their career and not feeling satisfied monetarily and emotionally. But once they reach the activation point of their Bhrigu Bindu, the destiny reveals itself. Okay? Simple language. The universe will push you around through the circumstances to make you, to make you do what you are meant to do in life, which is your destiny point or Bhrigu Bindu. Some people may reach this stage as early as the age of 12, maybe, or 13, or as last as 60 or even 80. This is actually what I have seen practically within the charts. And now this question can arise within your mind that what if that, see, transits do come. We know that Bhrigu Bindu gets activated whenever the transit is there. So transits would have come, of course, till the time you're 60. It would have come in your 20s, 30s, 40s, but it is sure going to come in between. So what happens, it just makes you, if the intensity is not high, because transits are only will give their direction if they are also being activated within the Mahadasha and Antardasha. So if the Mahadasha and Antardasha supports it, only then the transit is going to give its proper fruits. Or otherwise, what it will do is it will just make you do one similar activity towards it. Like suppose your Bhrigu Bindu, someone's Bhrigu Bindu is in the in some, maybe in the sign of Scorpio, maybe in Anuradha Nakshatra, and they are meant to be a counselor or an advisor. So what will happen, that maybe in their teens, they the Bhrigu Bindu actually got activated, and what happened, they just became a counselor within their college, within their school. Not like a proper counselor, but we have like student heads who counsel the other fellow students for things like that, right? So the experience does took place for that particular individual, right? So what happens, just the activity is going to be performed, the event is going to happen, but the intensity is going to be quite low, right? So that's how you can explain this part. So why not benefit oneself by knowing it already through astrology? Makes sense? Right? Now, how to calculate Bhrigu Bindu? Although nowadays all the softwares have Bhrigu Bindu, but in some, if you are using Jagannath Hora, you have Bhrigu Bindu, and that gives you very accurate analysis of Bhrigu Bindu to the point. And if you have Parashar Light, then also you have. But some people who use just the Astro Sage app, the Bhrigu point is not defined there. So for that case, you can know how to analyze or how to calculate Bhrigu Bindu. It's just as per your knowledge. You do not know, you are going to get it within the software only, right? Just for the understanding, Bhrigu Bindu is an imaginary mathematical midpoint between Rahu and Moon. So it is going to always be between Rahu and Moon. You can go through the charts, you'll always see Bhrigu Bindu or Bhrigu point is always between your Rahu and Moon, right? To calculate the Bhrigu Bindu point, you need to determine the midpoint between the positions of Rahu, the North Node, and the Moon in the birth chart. Okay, so now how it is calculated? It is calculated by deducting the longitudes of Rahu from that of Moon and dividing it by 2. Whatever the result is or the quotient is added to Rahu's degree to determine the Bhrigu Bindu, right? Now here the example is, for example, Rahu is at 10 degrees 14 minutes Virgo, right? So now the catch is that you have to calculate from the sign of Aries. Mostly what happens, people just calculate that Rahu's degree is 10 degree 14 minutes. You're going to subtract that from Moon is here at 0 degrees 30 minutes. You're going to subtract that from that it and divide by 2, and you are not going to get the result, and you're going to have the false prediction there, right? So always and always take from Aries. So 5 zodiac signs are crossed from the sign of Aries. So 5 into 30, 30 degree long one sign is, right? So 5 into 30, so you know that 150 degrees already there. Now 150 degree plus 10 degree and 14 minutes, right? That is going to be the degree of Rahu. So it's 160 degree and 14 minutes calculated. Okay, now the Moon is in Capricorn, 0 degrees 30 minutes. What will happen? 270 degrees it will become, because now what you have to do, you have to take 9, 1 to 9. There are 9 houses from Aries to Sagittarius. That's whole 30, right? So 9 into 30, 270, right? Now you have to add just the 30 minutes because the degree is 0. So 270 degrees and 30 minutes will be calculated. So now you have to subtract from this 270 minus 160 degrees. Now this turns out to be 110 degrees and 16 minutes. Now divided by 2, it is going to be 55 degrees and 8 minutes. Now these 55 degrees and 8 minutes is what you need to calculate from Rahu and go towards moon. So since Rahu is at 10 degrees and 14 minutes, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead of it. So 20 degrees, almost like 19 degrees, and I suppose 19 degrees and 16, probably 16 minutes are there. Just a second. Let me get the calculator. It's confusing for me as well. Okay, so we have 55 degrees and 08. So now what will happen is we have Rahu at 10 degrees 14 minutes. So you'll just subtract 10 degrees and 14 minutes from 30 degrees. So 19 minutes and 86 is already gone from 15.08. So it's 35 and 2 means you need to go one more step ahead, like the whole of Virgo sign is gone because we had just 19 minutes and 86, 19 degrees and 86 minutes left. So we have crossed that. Now we are left with 35 degrees and 22 minutes. Now you know that 30 degrees are of that the sign of Libra. So that is gone. Now the person's Bhrigu Bindu is going to lie on the sign of Scorpio, and which is going to be 5 degrees and 22 minutes, right? That is your final result. And whichever nakshatra it is, that is going to tell you in depth, but the position, you know, that for such an individual, the position of Bhrigu Bindu is going to be in the sign of Scorpio. Okay. So now, see, Rahu is often referred to the planet of desire, while the moon represents the mind, emotion, and habits. The point at which these two planets intersect is referred to as Bhrigu Bindu. When the Bhrigu Bindu is well placed and well aspected, it indicates good fortune, fame, and success. And you know, it also indicates that you're going to get timely into your destined career. Otherwise, if suppose Rahu is there along with your Bhrigu Bindu, or the Bhrigu Bindu wherever in which house it is, that is afflicted, that means that it is going to cause a delay for your progress. It is going to cause confusions within the selection of your career. Okay, so there can be obstacles within you reaching that particular point also. Okay. So that is what is it is meant by an hemmed Bhrigu point. But if it is well placed, it is not being influenced by any problematic planet, then it means it will be a lot much easier for you. Right? Now, Bhrigu Bindu through houses. So the first house, now you know it's very simple so as to know in which house Bhrigu Bindu is in, what could be the result. So suppose it is in the first house, you know the qualities of first house is related to self, it is related to your brain, it is related to physical activity, it is related to personality, fame, because first house is what is visible out there, right? So that's why all the qualities you can think of, all the professions you can think of, according to the first house, just put it in the analysis of Bhrigu Bindu. Similar thing you can do with the sign of Aries also. Okay, so suppose your sign of Aries is in the sixth house and your Bhrigu Bindu is in the sixth house. So originally, you know that sixth house is related to diseases, it is related to healing, it is related to banking institutions, and it is related to pets, right? It is related to things, debts, and all of that things. So you know that something related to that is there. Now you have the sign of Aries. And maybe you're going to have the nakshatra of Ashwini, or you're going to have the nakshatra of Kritika, or you're going to have it for Bharani. Three of them are related to either travel or they are related to surgery. Surgery is the most prominent one for the sixth house, because sixth house indeed is related to surgeries. It is related to your intestines, but I think the body part is not of concern here. But the sixth house is about healing. It's about diseases. It's about surgeries, right? So that's how you can relate it. Just choose what is relevant and leave the rest. Because, I have seen this in astrology with people, that they get confused a lot of times because there is so much information on the internet. There's so much information provided by the astrologer, but there's no clarity about what information you should take out of it. So it's like you are given a pond of information, but you just need to choose one or either two fishes from it. Nobody tells you how to do that, right? So that's why just understand, just take the house significance, whatever sign is there, just take the sign significance, whatever matches the most with both of them. That's your answer, right? So for the first house, it's independent work, business, where you have to represent yourself, skills, talent, personality development, work related to head or brain, like surgeons, psychologists, etc. It can be related to travel also. It can be related to acting also. Okay, wherever you have to present yourself. So in case in the first house you have a different sign, but it's the first house. Suppose it's the first house and it's Leo sign in the first house, right? So that is going to signify more towards acting or creativity, like makeup artist or something like that, right? If it's the first house and it is suppose Taurus, then you might indulge into your family business. Okay, so you are at the authority. See, it's the independent work, it's business. You are at the authority, but it's the family business. And it could be related to something second, related to second house, right? Suppose if your family has a financial business, or your family has a cutlery business or food related business, that is there. Suppose you are going to be the chief, of the prominent face of your family business brand, right? So that's how you judge it. Now the second house is about public speaking, family business again, financial managers, strategists, wine tasting, food bloggers, accountants, people who are dealing in medicines. Okay, so second house is not related to medical profession, but pharmaceutical. Maybe you are dealing in medicines only, right? Because that's the oral thing. The second house is what you intake. So that's why it can mean that. Then people who use their voice for work. So singers, they are a part of it also. Jewelers, because second house is what you possess, what is valuable to you, what you value. So that's jewelry. Then data analyst, lifestyle coach, because Taurus is one of the prominent signs so as to know about one's lifestyle. Okay. So that's why you'll always see Taurian people very concerned about their lifestyle and about their status. Okay. Etc. Then the third house is about marketing, IT professionals, social media influencers, writers, people in martial arts, because third house is related to the fist and it is related to your shoulders as the body part, but it's mainly related to fist or something you do with your hands, with your fingers. So that's why it's martial arts, it's boxers, makeup artists, software developers, content creators, editors, travel bloggers, etc. Okay, because it is originally Gemini, so that's how you can see it. Fourth house. Now, fourth house is actually, I personally feel this is one house which has a lot of varieties of careers. Because with fourth house, I've seen teachers, I've seen lawyers, judge, I've seen IT professionals, designers also. So I've seen multiple multi-dimensional um, professions with the fourth house. Fourth house is architects, builders, construction workers, interior designers, decorators, selling products related to comfort like air conditioner, furniture, etc. Heart surgeons, teachers, then software designers or software builders, then hotel management, chefs, lawyers, judge, psychologists, real estate agents, etc. So the most diversified house is going to be the fourth house. Then the fifth house, so pediatrician, teachers, then YouTubers, civil services, content creators, educationists, directors, professions related to children or creative self-expression, fashion designers, choreographers, etc. Okay. Then sixth house, it's nutritionists, surgeons, doctors, healers, gymnasts, fitness bloggers, accountants, bankers, data keepers, debt managers, divorce lawyers, policemen, dealing in medicine, etc. So one thing I forgot to mention here, in the second house, dentists are also there. And in the fifth house also, with fifth house also, I've seen dentists, but that of children. Even with the sixth house also, I've seen dentists. Okay. So it could be dependent on anything of them. And what the logic is, the second house is actually related to the mouth, your teeth, and all of that. Then fifth house, when it's the involvement of children, so you might have nakshatras like Chitra, like Kritika, all the sharp nakshatras, and it's related to the fifth house. So it's dentist. Sixth house, since it's surgery, and dentists also have to perform surgeries and stuff like that. And maybe the Taurus sign is there, maybe the Aries sign is there, and then you just tell them that it can be dentist. Okay. Seventh house, business, partnerships, lawyers, professions related to travel, matchmakers, politics, gains through spouse, event organizers, planners, wedding planners, etc. So, Bhrigu Bindu in the seventh house can also get activated as soon as you get married. So, your work may or may not be related to the spouse, but the point of destiny actually gets activated once you get married. Okay. And suppose your Bhrigu Bindu is in the ninth house. So if you like traveled overseas or long distance, your Bhrigu Bindu is going to get activated. Same happens in the 12th house also. But it is not that necessary point, but yes, it is one of the activation points. Okay. Then the eighth house, occultists, researchers, data analysts, strategic managers, insurance, portfolio managers, then accountants, real estate agents, surgeon, manufacturers, wealth managers, creators, then commission work. In commission work, I have mostly seen, suppose a person has Aries sign in the eighth house, these people could be salesmen of cars, luxury cars, and they work on commission basis. I've seen this happening with the fourth house, third house, and eighth house. Okay. Just the variety of their work changes with different houses. Now, the ninth house, lecturers, work related to travel, travel guide, educationists, preachers, consultants, advisors, diplomats, foreign services, etc. Right? 10th house, business, startups, government officials, entrepreneurs, mentorship, education institute, or running any sort of institute. Mostly we think it's the ninth house But if you are the one at the head, you are running it, then it is the 10th house. But if you're working in it, it's the ninth house, about the institutions. Okay. Then the 11th house, corporate work life, MNCs, social activists, scientists, gains through social circle, event organizers, planners, etc. Okay. 12th house. And actually, mostly I have written scientists specifically with the Aquarius, sorry, with the 11th house, because it is the sign of Aquarius, and mostly like Satabhishak and Purva Bhadrapada, that are the nakshatras associated with more technical part, more into scientist kind of work, right? Then the 12th house, it's spiritualists, astrologers, import export business. With ninth house also, it's astrologers. Then artists, psychologists, doctors, jail workers, foreign services, dealing in medicines or drugs, novel writers, business related to imagination, escape room designers, etc. Okay. So these are the things that you can read, and you may know that suppose your Bhrigu Bindu is in a certain house, that this could be the possible professions for you. Rest depends, of course, upon what nakshatra there is, what sign in that particular house is, right? So that's how you see about your career through Bhrigu Bindu. I hope that's very, very clear. The next video is actually going to be about the nakshatras. So it would take time. So after maybe 2 to 3 videos, I'm going to come up with that particular video, because there are so many nakshatras. There are 27 nakshatras, and I'll try to include Abhijit nakshatra also, although it's very similar to Uttarashad. So it won't require to be, a specific description about it. Okay. So I'll try to make that particular video. First, I'll post it on the blog. I'm going to mention the link below about the blog in which I have written this Bhrigu Bindu point, and then how you can analyze through houses. And once I'm done with the nakshatras, also, I'm going to post it there and let you guys know. And afterwards, I'm going to come up with the video, because video is going to be pretty long, because of course the explanation part is also going to be there. Okay, guys, I hope it was helpful. Please take care, and bye bye. If you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you guys would like to have your personal readings from me, you can check out the link below, www.anmollastrology.com. And under the consultation section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. And if you are a learner of astrology and want to know about your own chart with respect to how the educational part is within your chart, or how to know the in-depth of your chart, then you can go for unique reading section. Okay, guys, take care. Bye-bye.